Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Easy Painting. Today it will be a short video about cleaning brushes and mixing paints with mediums. Someone asked me or told me that she would want to go from acrylic to oil, but she's allergic to solvents like white spirit or turpentine or mineral spirit. All these things are giving her rashes, etc., etc. So this video is to clarify some myths, I should say, in oil paint. I am painting for over 30 years now, and I've used everything under the sun. I have used turpentine, I have used white spirit, etc., etc. And well, I've got no problem with that. But over the last years, I have stopped all those solvents, and I've gone down a route who's a little healthier, I would say, for our own health, but also for the planet. So what I've done over the last few years, I have substituted some mediums with some natural stuff, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm gonna make it short, I promise. First off, let's start with the medium for the paint. So get this out the way. You don't need anything to paint in oil. You can paint straight out of the tube. No need for spirits, no need for nothing. Okay? If you paint alla prima, you will have to paint a bit thicker. If you paint a bit thicker, the next layer will go on a little bit better, because there is less paint to move. It'd be a little bit stickier and harder on it. If you want to spread it more, if you paint in your shop, for instance, if you want to spread it more, all you have to do is add a couple more drops of oil. Simply oil. And nothing else. You don't need mineral spirit, you don't need anything like that. If you want it to dry a bit quicker, you don't need to use liquids or other things, although I'm guilty for that one. I am still using liquid, especially when I'm outside painting plein air, because it helps to dry that little faster. Okay, so this out of the way. If I'm in here, I am not using liquids, or it's very rare. But what I am using now is something that I made myself. But it's not my recipe. It is a recipe that's over 100 years old, used by masters. Yeah, well over 100. We're talking here late 1800s. So that has been used by masters, and it works very well, and it's not toxic. So what is it? It is some damas resin. Okay, damas resin, we know what it is. Damas resin is a resin who comes from a tree. So a pine tree. So this is natural. There is no chemical. Okay, and oil, linseed oil. Okay, let's start with that. If you want to make it, it's dead simple. You use 120 milliliters of linseed oil that you are going to heat at 150 degrees, 150 centigrades, okay? Not Fahrenheit, centigrades. and then you are going to add 30 grams of that resin, Damau resin. 150 degrees, switch the light off, put the resin in and let it dissolve itself, stirring a little bit if you want to, and let it cool down. Okay, then you have to pass it through a muslin cloth, any cloth, because you always will have, or even a filter, coffee filter, you always will have a little bit of brown residue from the resin, so you want to get rid of that. So you just filter it. All right, once you've filtered it, you add, if you want to, it's working as it is, but if you want it to dry even faster, I mean your paints, if you want to dry them to dry even faster, you get a little bit of cicatif in there. Cicatif de Courtrai in French. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is called in English. Cicatif de Courtrai. I'm going to leave it in the comments down below. 6 to 8 drops, okay, for that quantity. No more, because it will dry too fast. It will actually go into a jelly if you use more than that. So, and that is it. This is natural, and all you have to do then is put it all over your canvas before you paint. That allows you to mix your paint straight on the canvas, or just dip your brush in, get the paint that you need and paint with it. So this will get the paint to dry faster. So not in an hour, it's going to dry in 24 to 48 hours, okay? But that enables you to go back to it afterwards and to paint again, like liquid. Same. Liquid is maybe a little bit faster, few hours faster in the dry, but not that much. So that's something that you can do, and that is not toxic. All natural products in there. So that is if you want it to dry a bit faster. On that, just use oil. You'll be okay for 2 weeks before it starts drying. So depending on what type of paint you use, of course the earth tones dry much faster. Again, without anything, they only going to take 48 hours to be dry. All right, dry to the touch. So that is for the painting. You don't need anything else. You don't need any solvent. You don't need turpentine. You don't need anything else. Now, for the cleaning of the brushes, very easy. When I'm finished painting, I've got 2 options to show you there. The first one is I've got a dipping rack here, see, and in there I have got a simple cooking oil in there, just the cheapest cooking oil that you can find. To that I'll add a few drops of I'm looking for the name in English, clove oil, okay? Just a few drops. If you add too much, it never dries. Just a few drops, that's all, no more. So yeah, very important not to put too much clove oil in this. Then what I'm doing afterwards is I take the brush, and I need to get some paper towel. Oops, paper towel over there. There we go. I wipe it clean. Well, not 100%, it won't be 100% clean, but see there's not much on there. Then I wipe it, and then I'm ready, just to get the oil out of it. If the brush is a bit dirty, it doesn't matter, because as landscape painters we paint with dirty brushes anyway. Okay, here we go, and now we are ready to paint again. See? So, no need to wash them in mineral spirit. in between, if you don't have enough brushes and you need to clean your brush in between, you do the same. You just put it into the oil. See here, I'm having a canister. There, it's full of oil. It's no turpentine or white spirit or whatever. That's oil in there. Just pure oil, vegetable oil, whatever. So I just brush in there, wipe it, and I carry on painting straight afterwards. Okay, so other than that, what you can do as well, in the evening when you finish painting and you've got like 10 brushes, you can put them in a rack like this. You know, that's a painting rack, you know, for the short rolls. This is, again, there is just cooking oil in there, and my brushes are laying there, the bristles are laying in there for the next day. So I come back again, I take my brush, see, it's dripping with oil. I take my brush, I wipe it thoroughly, really well. Careful, don't pull, just wipe it gently, squeeze it a little bit, that's all you do. Okay, and you're ready to paint. And your bristle is nice, and your bristle is going to thank you for it. Look at that, how clean that is. You don't need mineral spirit, okay? Once you've finished painting, so after a couple of weeks, after a week, even a month, if you're lazy, let's say you're lazy, a bit like me, you have all your brushes in that oil. They're in there a month now. Sometimes it is time to clean them, you know. So what you do is you take them out and you wash them with warm water and soap. Very liquid, works well. It's a soap with olive oil, which is the black soap. That's a soap who's made with olive oil, and that's a really good soap to clean those brushes. So warm water, clean it with that soap until, once you clean it on your hand or in a recipient, whichever you use. If you're scared about using your hand, use a bowl and put some soap on the bristles and be careful, gently wipe it in that, swirl it in that bowl. And you want to swirl it, then you want to rinse, then you want to start again. Sometimes 3-4 times, maybe 5 even, depends on how dirty your brushes are. But once you see that the foam is white and not dirty with the color of the brush again, green, brown, whatever, once the foam is white, your brush is clean, okay? No more, no less. And then just rinse it well, shape it as it's wet, while it is wet, and put it on a rack. It's flat, yeah, not straight up. You don't want to store your brush like this, because even you wipe it dry, there'll be always some moisture staying in there, going in that ferrule and trying to work that glue and causing problems after. So you want to store it like this, okay, flat. You want to store it flat, yeah, and that's it. Nothing else to it. So you don't need any solvent. Actually, talking about that, Rosemary just sent me some brushes that I ordered, and in the packet I found a leaflet of a new product that she's releasing, and it is natural and synthetic oil and acrylic cleaner. Okay, brush cleaner and conditioner. Brush cleaner and conditioner. So you could use that. And this is natural, water-based. It works for oil and acrylic, so water-based paint or oil paint. And what does she say here? Introducing our revolutionary green chemistry, bio-based artist's brush cleaner and conditioner, the eco-friendly solution every artist has been waiting for, crafted with the environment in mind. So goodbye to harsh chemicals, as our cleaner is completely free of toxic hydrocarbons, making it safer for you and the environment. So that's something that you could try from Rosemary & Co. I'm going to put the link, as always, down below. And in the past, she always used to send this with brushes as well. And it is brush cleaning tips, and then in the back it gives you some advice on how to clean watercolor, acrylic, oil brushes. And within the oil, it gives you the recipe, the exact recipe I just gave you with a soap and a warm water. Okay. We do not endorse the use of mineral spirits or solvent. Though they are quicker for the process, they are known as brush killers. Oil cleanse oil, so providing it's not a non-drying oil, you should be fine. If you speak with any oil artist, they will tell you there is no right way. Okay. So, brush cleaner, or the procedure we've done, or I explained you just before. Okay, all this works very well. You need to do what you want to do and what works best for you. That is it. Because once we painted, we cleaned it, there is nothing else to add. We talked about also a fastener here. So yeah, we talked about what we needed to talk about in oil. The paint itself, don't get too overworked with that, the toxicity. Now, most of the paint are synthetics anyway. No more lead, no more iron oxide, whatever. So the oil itself in the tubes is getting safer and safer. But even if you would to be painting with some old-fashioned oil, as long as you don't eat it, and it can't be nice. I never tried it myself, but anyway, it can't be nice. So I don't think anyone in the right, who's right in his mind, would eat oil paint. If you put some in on your hands, because it will happen, you know, when you paint, sometimes you use your fingers, it will happen. But it's not that little, that small quantity who will harm you, I promise you. I'm using oil for 37 years now, 37 years. And I never have had a problem. All my blood tests came back clean. So I think we just overreact sometimes. It's also, you know, loads is about promoting other stuff, etc., as well. If you like what oil paint does for you, then paint in oil and be reassured. Get out of your mind that old toxicity thing. You can paint in oil in a safe manner, in a safe environment. You can do that. It's not a problem. Okay, that's it for me. Well, thank you to all of you. What did I want to add? Nothing really. I really appreciate when you give me a like. I really appreciate the comments. I don't have enough comments for me to go by. See, if I get some comments like I got here for the paint, then I can make a video out of it. I can explain things. If you don't give me anything, how can I come back with a video who could be half interesting for one or the other person. Don't be shy. Get a comment down there. Let me know what you would like to see. Don't start with paints that are going to last months to do, because that's not going to happen on a channel like this. But any landscapes, any even ideas of portraits, how to paint an eye, how to paint a nose, etc., etc. Short videos, something I can make relatively short, you know, half an hour to an hour, because I know most of you get bored with long videos. I don't mind. I can paint hours for you, 2-3 hours. I don't mind at all, if that's what you want to see. If you want to see a painting, for instance, like this, that's a 3-hour, if not 4-hour painting. I'm working on some cows on a hill at the moment. That's even longer. Here, I'll show you the start of it. It is not finished, it's still wet, but that's the painting. Oh, here we go, I got green everywhere. That's the painting I'm working on now. So if that's the sort of thing you want to see, I mean unfold, and you're prepared to stay for 3 or 4 hours watching me paint, then by all means, put a comment down there. Ask me for it, and we'll do it. That's not a problem. But I need something, so give me something to work, and we work on it. Okay? So again, thank you very much. I hope this video will help you to start painting in oil. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I see you soon.